in my opinion, there's two tactics. You come in really early or you come in very last minute. So we'll see.
We'll see who pays off.
Not great for the Italian team. They don't have the strength of Elisa Longo. The riders and the director. The riders won't use it too much because that means they will increase their frontal surface area if they move. So they don't want to move, but they are getting instructions from the team vehicle behind them, which means they can stay in their aero position and don't need to put their head up too much, because the director will say road turning left, road turning right, move a little bit this way, that way, or your teammate behind you struggling. So there's a lot of advantages having that communication with the team director in the team car behind. But this is a first ever at the World Championships where the team car is equipped with all information of wind, elevation of the road, temperature, every single thing at every single point of the race that is relayed to the UCI's central control center.
Yeah.
So the UCI has also all of that data for safety reasons. They can also see if a rider's been dropped or has left the course or all of that kind of thing. So it's a huge development in technology and science for team time trialling, any time trialling event.
That's good to know they've got all of that information in these cars.
Australian men just wishing each other good luck.
They're getting ready. The German team are the penultimate team to go. It's the team Miguel Heidemann, Louis Riedart and Jonas Rutsch about to go. And the start of Germany. Here's the arrival of the World Cycling Centre to the finish. They're outside the time of People's Republic of China. They're almost at the conclusion of this time trial, the World Cycling Centre. A little bit ragged. But the World Cycling Centre finish now with the fourth fastest time. They slot in behind Rwanda and Ethiopia with China in the lead.
I have a feeling they would have liked to cross the line and move into the hot disappointment. But can't always go perfect on the day, you know, especially in a team event where you have 6 riders that need to be on their best on the same day.
But China are still there.
Yeah, they'll be very, very happy to spend a lot across the line, and they are still in the hot scene on the start list. A very interesting thing about today's team time trial is that there's 15 teams in the mixed relay starting, and they will all gain UCI points. So even if they finish 15th, divided between the 6 riders, but the nation will take the 10 UCI points. So it's a big opportunity for nations to gain UCI points, and the reason they want to gain those UCI points is so they can have more numbers of riders at the next World Championships.
Very important then that every single second counts out here on the road. Switzerland are riding extremely well. Look at them.
Yeah, they do mean business.
They do.
They're a medal chance. Are they a gold medal chance? That's the big question. So personally, out of the top 3 teams I've labelled, so we've got France, Australia and Switzerland. It'll be about how much time they've spent together, how much time they've had here on the course, they know the course, how well they know each other. Just, it's such a team event. So it doesn't matter how one individual is coping with the climate or what the condition and their health is. It's all about compatibility with your teammates and how much time you spent together.
Here's the start of the final team. This is Australia. Michael Matthews, Luke Plapp and Jay Vine. Jay Vine clearly on form, medalist in the elite time trial the other day, second on the stage of the Vuelta in the time trial. Luke Plapp, a stage winner at Giro d'Italia this year. And lovely to see Michael Matthews back and racing. He's about to get underway in the World Championships for his home nation. These 3 riders roll away. Michael Matthews, of course, incredibly was discovered in 2025 this year in the summer as he was getting ready for the Tour de France, a pulmonary embolism which was life-threatening, and he says he's grateful to be alive. Well, he's here in the World Championships now, he had to have, after that discovery, because he said, I was thinking that as we just see Switzerland coming up to this first split, it's going to be interesting against Spain, how Switzerland are, and it's going to be really, really close. 6.9 seconds between those squads. So Switzerland now the fastest team on the course. But Michael Matthews was saying that he just wasn't feeling good on some of his efforts. And eventually the doctor checked everything, and they found this embolism. And they basically said if he hadn't had it discovered, then a couple of days later he would be dead.
It's an interesting thing I just thought about as you were speaking, Anthony, is that a fortunate thing that athletes have is that they are pushing their bodies to extremes very often, which means they are medically tested a lot. So rather than a general person that doesn't go to the doctor so often or thinks maybe I just have the flu or whatever, being an athlete, you have a team of doctors around you that are always testing to make sure you're at your optimal performance. So
Mauritius finish, fourth fastest, Rochelle, fourth fastest for Mauritius. Yeah, you're right. And as Mauritius crossed the line there, he's lucky that he had all of that around him.
Yeah, absolutely, because sometimes these things can just go undetected until it's too late, and very fortunate for Michael Matthews.
Great to see him back in racing, though. But here's the story of the day so far, because Spain's women are approaching the line. They've caught Ukraine in front of them, and they're about to put themselves into the hot seat. The question is whether they're going to surprise everybody and get themselves a medal this afternoon, because this is a fantastic performance by the Spanish team combined, men and women. The Spanish team gave them, at the end of the relay, they gave them what? 2 minutes and 3 seconds on the Chinese squad, and here at the finish they're going to have doubled it or more than doubled it. That's an impressive performance from Spain.
The Spanish women there coming into the finish looked so professional. You could see that they had their hands together, which is decreasing the frontal surface area. That tells me they've been in the wind tunnel. They've been training together. They have put a lot of effort into this World Championship mixed team relay. So, yeah, I think a medal from Spain's going to be, well, that time that they've just posted might make a few of the other teams a little bit nervous.
I think it might do, because that's an impressive performance from Spain.
The other thing is taking the World Championship here seriously. A lot of these athletes at the top end elite level, they've been in heat chambers, climate change for 6 weeks, around 6 weeks prior to coming to Rwanda, just to be, you know, acclimatized. So then they only have fewer aspects of the traveling, the jet lag and the air quality, things like that to adapt to, rather than the altitude and the heat. They've already spent 5 weeks. We've got trouble here with the...
France are just getting into their rhythm as they go downhill. France are now the fastest team on the course, though. They've gone through that first split with a time that's 9 seconds faster than Switzerland and 15 seconds faster than the team of Spain. So this French squad is really moving now. They look good.
Well, the French men have completed their lap, and they're sitting there hoping that the women can bring it home for them. And I just wonder...
Well, they're just discussing what goes on here.
Cuando estéis recuperadas, coger las bicis y bajaros, que están los chicos allí. A ver qué ocurre, ¿vale? Venga.
I'm wondering how much that Alejandro Valverde is liked and coached for the men, but I'm wondering how much impact he might be having across the board.
Oh, huge impact. If you have a rider like that with that much experience.
Yeah.
As a head of a, you know, even if it's just the men's discipline, it's obviously has time to educate the women as well, and just give them that little bit of motivation and experience and knowledge, and, you know, words, just a few words for an athlete can go a very long way.
But also, because he was such a winner, he's going to put into that squad, we're here to win. We're not here to mess around. We're here to win medals. And that gives them a lot of belief. Well, the Italian team are in disarray as they make their way uphill. They've already lost a rider, and that's a surprise. Sobrero has been dropped. Now, Sobrero's won a stage of the Giro d'Italia in an individual time trial. This guy is no slouch when it comes to a time trial, but he's obviously having an absolutely horrible day. You can see how much this is hurting.
He's not happy and he doesn't want to give up. There's not much chance of him getting back on because it's not a great day. They've decided that we're going to leave him now, and he's just fighting to get back on, which is very, very difficult. The Australian team out there now, very, very early in this mixed team relay. They look really dialed in.
They certainly do. They're looking very strong.
But as you said, the first time check, France went through the fastest, and they have been labelled the outright favourites for today. So they haven't, with the men, they'll still have the women to do their lap afterwards. We now look at the Italian riders out on the course, Switzerland. They're still looking really good as well. So know that they're a medal chance. They have 2 gold medals in this discipline in previous years, and today they're looking really, really good. So 3 of them still together. Early stages of this race, they still have the 3 women from Switzerland. You can see that their compatibility at this point, before the fatigue really sets in, is very, very professional. Very short turns. They've all got the maximum sock height, so there has been penalties given out for... it's an interesting rule if you're new to cycling about the length of the socks. They have to be midway between the knee and the ankle. They can't be any higher than that point, and some of the riders pull them up after they have them checked, and then they receive a penalty. The reason for that rule, so we just go back to the Belgian women now coming in as
on the last 200 meters.
A very, very tough final 200 meters. You can see the pain on the face there.
Look in the faces, they fight. Everyone is a winner. Everyone is giving just what is possible.
Spanish women, they were super fast. I don't think the Belgian women are going to bring it home to be in that ballpark, but as we said, they lost their strongest rider last night. Let's hope she's okay for Saturday's women's road race. Goossens, she finished 21st in the individual time trial, but unfortunately due to the altitude she fell last night. She hit her head and had stitches, so wasn't able to compete today. But this effort here, I'm in a professional position on the front there, just protecting her second rider. No doubt has a lot more power in the legs, but needs to ensure that she gets the second rider across the line. A few troubles there. 2 minutes and 24 seconds down on Spain. However, that will put them into second place at the moment. I meant the aerodynamic aspect of this sport, the crossed hands at the front and having the head close to the handlebars. Ooh,